So Tom and Andre, why don't you talk to us a little bit about the disaggregated OLT and the virtualization demonstration we're seeing here?
So here you see, for instance, the disaggregated OLT. So the disaggregated OLT, in fact, hosts some of the control and management functions that are traditionally hosted in the OLT hardware, but now have been disaggregated from the OLT and are now embedded in this centralized software environment here, which we call the disaggregated OLT. These functionalities include the OMCI server, so we call it the Virtualized OMCI, as well as the relay functions like DHCP relay or BBP-OE, point-to-point protocol over Ethernet relay, so which are now hosted in this centralized environment rather than in the hardware of the OLT.
So Andre, tell us a little bit more about the virtualized OMCI.
So the OMCI protocol is the protocol that OLT uses to configure the ONT's hardware and services. Although it is a standard protocol, each vendor implements it in its own specific way. The standard is the ITU TG988, but even between the ONUs, the same vendor of different types, sometimes the implementation varies, and that kind of causes problems with the interop between the OLT and the ONUs of different vendors. So what we need is a software-centric containerized OMCI solution that we can host in the OLT. So we can have a flexible environment inside OLT, for example, with multiple OMCI stacks. Or we can go one step further and host this OMCI stack in the cloud, which we call the VMCI. So the VMCI is specified by the BBF TR451. It specifies all the relevant interfaces in some blocks like the OLT management function, the OLT, and the proxy. In this demo here, we are focusing on the cloud-based VMCI approach, where we have ONTs from two different vendors, Altis Labs and Nokia. So the Nokia ONT is managed through the stack developed at the OB-BAA open source project, and the Altis Labs ONT is controlled by the stack provided by Altis Labs.
So the TR477 spec was officially released this year and describes the architecture and the interfaces when some of the control and management plane functionalities, which are typically hosted in the OLT hardware, are now disaggregated and virtualized inside the clouds. This results in a flexible deployment of the control and management planes, decoupling the hardware and centralizing the software investment inside the Cloud CO architecture. So when hardware is decoupled, network operators can have greater choice when choosing a supplier for individual components of their solution.